Hey, good morning, Meldrum's Monster Garage fans. Boy, yesterday was a lot of fun, and it's got me all fired up to get back over and work on that 72 heavy Chevy. We missed a day yesterday because we're down there at Summit Racing putting Mike's 70 Chevelle on the round table. So that was a lot of fun. But hey, I was listening to another YouTuber this morning. And I always watch other YouTubers for inspirations. One of my favorites lately, very successful young lady, Amelia. She does a lot of great YouTube videos. And one of the things she said this morning in it was like a TED Talk for automotive. But it really got me thinking about, what I've gone through in my career. I'm retired now. But I think I had a pretty successful career. I did pretty well for myself. And one of the things she said is one of the things I lived by. A lot of people want to be successful, but not a lot of people want to get up an hour early and get to work. And that's kind of what I did throughout my career. I was always, the first one in there, turning the lights on, making sure all the everything was okay from the night before. And hey, if you want to be successful, get out there and get things done. And that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to get things done. I've got a little bit of a snag that happened to me yesterday. I called up Adam Blasting thinking, oh, I'm going to get all my parts back. It's been a week. Well, their compressor was down. And not only is their compressor down, but they have to replace the whole darn thing. And they're not going to be able to sandblast my parts for a couple weeks. So I went and got the parts back, and Mike's got a sandblaster. It takes a little longer to get things done with Mike's, but I'll try to whip them out as quick as possible. So we got some construction going on here. I better slow down. I got the slow sign. Oh, wow. I don't know what they're working on here. They've been paving the road. Looks like they're putting some asphalt down in front of the cemetery. Anyway, let's get to it. Here we go. One nicely sandblasted air cleaner top. So we'll get over and get a fresh coat of paint on that and keep moving along with this 72 Chevelle restification. Not a restoration, just restore a little bit. That's restification. Okay? Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and we're working on this brake booster on this heavy Chevy. I believe this originally came with manual drum brakes, but somewhere over time, somebody converted to disc brakes in the front, and they put this brake booster on, which doesn't look very General Motor-ish. So we have an extra one laying around the shop, and we're going to change this out. I'll never forget, somebody made a comment on one of my videos, and they actually seemed mad at me because I didn't show them every single bolt and nut removal. And I think they were looking for suggestions on how to get these bolts off in the back here. It is a challenge, I won't lie to you. But the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to take an open end, and I'm going to get it down in there. And I'm going to break it loose. So I'm going to break all 4 bolts loose with just a simple open end. And then I'll show you what I'm going to use next. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a job. I already nicked my pinky there. But the next tool I'm going to use, now that I got all 4 bolts broke loose, and you don't need to worry about them spinning in the back because, they're basically in the firewall there. But the next one I'm going to use is this handy little wrench. It's a 9/16 ratchet. And, man, these are really helpful because they're short and they get down in there. And I got it going the wrong way, so I'm just going to flip it over. Some of them have switches on it, but makes it really easy can see, that might come by hand, but it's just a bear. You know, you can see my hand in here. It's just hard to get a hand down in there. But hey, you're going to have to use a variety of tools to get these things apart, and that's my main suggestion to you. You know, get the right tools in your toolbox. All right, the next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to, I don't even know if you can see this. You know, the clutch is in the way, and there's a clevis right there. All right, and there's a pin going through there. And on the other side, there's a cotter key. I don't know what kind of cotter key it is, but we'll got to take the cotter key out and then the pin out. All right. I don't know if you can see that little clip, but kind of right in the center of the screen, there's a little clip, and you can, if you can get your thumbnail under there, you can lift it and then push it off. All right, so we got the brake booster in there. I was upside down, all sorts of ways. It's hot as heck out here, and I was getting frustrated. I was ready to shoot somebody. Whoever asked me to show you every single step of this, hell's bells on you. Anyway, I wanted to show you what I was fighting. So here's the pin, and it's gonna go through here, okay? And then you have a spring attached to this. Okay, so this is your springs attached to this to get your brake pedal pressure, and that's gonna go over this, okay? And then here's the clip I was talking about, all right? You're gonna push that on there too. So hopefully you appreciate that. I gotta get the new parts out and see how all this stuff fits up now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It isn't easy getting these bolts on here. Your fingers don't fit in between there real easy. And I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to tough it out and get your fingers in there. If you got a buddy that can help you, you'll be in good shape. I mean, if you got the hood on, I'm still fighting the hood hinges, but if you got the hood on, it makes it tougher too. I'd love to take the ratchet, but the ratchet is too big around here to fit in there. So I went and found the smallest ratchet I could and the thinnest 9/16, and I can put it down in here. Now, I'm probably not gonna get it all the way tight, but I'm gonna get it close, and then maybe I can find a longer socket, a deep well socket, or maybe I can use my shorty wrench to get it in there the rest of the way. So like I said, this ain't easy. You got to think small and hope for the best. All right, I don't know if you can see it, but we got her done. We got all the bolts on. I still got a piece of tape on that. And I put a piece of tape on there just to hold it onto this wrench for me to get started. But I mean, you got to reach around and do all sorts of crazy stuff to get this on. But this is a more correct style brake booster, so I'm happy about that. So there you go, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage. I'll hook it up on inside the car, but you've seen that before, so see ya.